Hello, people. I'm excited for this one. If you're wondering why, it's probably because you have not seen the constant things about making a thing about field trips. And I've had a couple field trips in my time as I've been a student. But we're not going to talk about the everyday go to the zoo, go to the sketchy guy who sells marijuana on the side of the street, or even talking about things like Skate City, which I did have a field trip there and I was supposed to be teaching us about science, but instead I pushed a kid off and I almost got in trouble. But no one cares about that because we're talking about overnight field trips. The field trips that you dreaded as a little kid, staying away from your mommy and daddy, and you didn't get those home-cooked meals. Instead, you get the most abominable creations ever with fucking waffles covered in ketchup. It's horrendous. And you have to wake up at 6, even though you already probably wake up at 6:30. The 30 minutes make you a full difference from, oh, it looks like you're a normal guy, to, oh, you just did fentanyl. So let's go. You people. Right now it's about 12 and I'm starting to edit the main part of the video. So right now it is once again about 12 and it is approximately April 14th. So whatever time this video comes out, that's how long this part of the video took. Or maybe I just waited a couple days. I was trying to get it out on this Friday, but I don't know if that's possible, so let's get in the video. Alright, first story. So this video will talk a lot about stinky, stupid, sussy stuff. And I know it's not 2020, so I legally can't be saying sussy or I'm gonna get shot like Fortnite, like 290. I'm gonna fall dead after I fall dead, you fucking dumbass. So basically, we're gonna talk about a lot of diddling. Even though not really any diddling, but you know what I mean. So a lot of freaky stuff, so this is a little warning. But this is the first story. So there's this kid, Den Den. Remember him? The pencil-looking ass. So Den Den was taking a shower. Den Den's black. Just gonna say that real quick. I mean, he's more brown because he's from Sri Lanka, and he always says he's from Sri Lanka, but then he goes around screaming the N-word, so I'm pretty sure he's black. So basically, Den Den was taking a shower as he cut it right then. That's why it was such a weird cut, because I accidentally leaked his real name. Yeah, his real name is actually Bartholomew. So basically, Den Den was taking a shower. He was throwing his clothes. Me and my friend Bahim, that's not his real name. I'm just not going to say any of my friends' real names. So me and my friend Bahim were throwing his clothes back in because it's a funny thing. That's a funny action that you can receive. So after we were throwing his clothes back in, he threw his jeans out. He had jeans, belt, and underwear all in one thing. So I saw this as a peak opportunity to do some trolling, some mischievous actions. So I picked up the jeans with underwear and belt, and I threw it at the curtain with the shower. The curtain fell down, and he was showering like this. I'm going to put it up on the screen, but he basically was bending over and covering his bills. And who showers like this? He's fucking autistic. So for some reason he was showering like that. And basically, after that, he screeched. It was the most terrifying screech I've ever heard. Everyone saw his big PBL booty, his black ass. And then when they saw it, he screeched the loudest screech ever. And then the chaperone was like, what the hell is going on? So he said, everyone get out of the bathroom. When some people were legit just shitting, and then they had to escort everyone and put the curtain back on, and he had to cover himself with a towel. Yeah. Next story. So there's this kid named, let's call him Laxin, or Laxative, or Laxative. So Laxative was in a different group as me. I was with my friends Biam, Acha, Awek. Those aren't their names, obviously, but I'm just doing a weird version of saying their names. So I was with them, and Timmy Tayyip was in the same cabin with Timmy and Laxative, and also I think it was this kid named Gorge. I'm just gonna call him Gorge, but I'm pretty sure that's what the group was. I think they changed from this kid named Malik. We'll make another Weird Kids at my school, and Malik will be in it because Malik is so dumb. Obviously, still not his real name. But, so Timmy Tayyip, in it, there was so much weird actions receiving at that area of the cabin. Like, Laxative pulling down his own pants, blaming it on Timmy when Timmy did nothing, and Timmy wasn't even in the room. He pulled down his pants with underwear. I know this is the most freaky thing you've heard all day. And then he is swinging it around like a ball and a mace. It's so weird. So basically, after that, everyone in the cabin is traumatized except Timmy, because Timmy wasn't there. Timmy was hanging out with me. And then Timmy, another bunch of mischievous actions were done to Timmy Tayyip. Now, Timmy Tayyip is basically, he's just like a normal, he's a little, so I can explain him right now. He's like small. He's smaller than me. I'm 6'7", trust. And he's like, not to be mean, but he's actually like 4'8" or something like that. I don't know. I don't bring measuring tapes around my friends for videos. But basically, Timmy is not the tallest of everyone, and Laxative is like 5'7". He's humongous. Once again, I'm 6'7", so he can't really compete, but he is taller than me. Trust. And basically, he's very tall. So, while Timmy was, so there's Timmy and Timmy Tayyip. I need to start not discriminating, I don't know. So, Timmy Tayyip was just hanging out, and this is how I think the story goes. Timmy shoved his eggplant emoji in Timmy Tayyip's mouth. Yeah, he had underwear on, but it's low-key still very weird, especially for a bunch of men. Why would you do that, you flipper weirdo? And then after this, another strange action was received. So when Timmy Tayyip was just sleeping, just like a normal guy, he's just sleeping, Laxative got on top of him and started shaking all over him. Kind of weird, right? Now, there's none of this except Ocha trying to nut his pants. There was none, like, of the weird diddling stuff, except a little bit. But there's a couple other cabins that it happened, like the one with Pengu, you know Pengu, and this guy named, we're gonna call him Pinzen. Pinzen, Bandy, and Pengu basically were all in the same cabin. And basically there was this kid that wanted to show him his abs to talk to a girl because he was a little scared or something, and then they would like run away if I asked what is going on, because it was low-key. It looks very weird from the outside, covering the door while a guy pulls his shirt up and shakes it around. Kind of weird, but it was just about like abs and stuff, which I don't understand. I would not do any freaky stuff like that. I'm a normal human being, except for the Den situation. Speaking of Den randomly ran around, screamed, "I want to suck on a girl's pussy," running around. He's the most bitchless man I've ever met in my life, but he's also the biggest simp ever. So it's kind of weird that he would run around screaming in an all-male cabin, but it is all-male, so it would probably make sense more than doing that in a female cabin. Another thing, this isn't as freaky and deaky and speaky. There's this kid named, we're going to call him Koopa the Stupa Poopa Troopa. I hate Koopa the Stupa Poopa Troopa because one time I was just trying to get a Warheads box from the floor from Laxative, and he thought it had food. He checked the box, seen that there was no food, and he was like, "I don't care. I'm not passing food in this class." And then I'm like, "Do you think I'm going to eat the cardboard?" So that's a little background on Koopa the Stupa Poopa Troopa, and his name kind of makes sense because he's Koopa the Stupa Poopa Troopa. And basically, Koopa the Stupa Poopa Troopa, while he was skiing, because like the main activity was skiing, cross-country skiing, so it was okay. Basically, while he was skiing, his full ski fell in the snow, his leg turned sideways, and then his other ski hit him in the face. There was no blood or anything, but he was screaming, crying, getting so sad. Everyone else was freezing cold because we had to like put snow in our gloves for a fun challenge when we were all getting hypothermia and that. And we had to go back in the main person's van, who's also this trans person's van. That's not like being offensive. They were trans and they had to tell everyone that, and they got mad at us if we didn't say they. If we said he, then we basically got a detention and we couldn't do anything. So they the person made us put snow in our gloves. And then when we were freezing, we just wanted to get back to they's van. And basically, I'm sorry if this is offensive. I'm just trying to actually tell a story. And basically, we had to go back in they's candy van, when we just played Uno the entire time with laxative. Basically, Koopa the stupid Poopa Troopa got his entire ski, so everyone had to join digging it off. What? Digging him out of the snow. But I was already down the hill, and I would not go back up because I would probably fucking fall and get a brain injury like Koopa. But basically, there's a couple other stories that I'm going to tell right now. But first, we're going to get a quick ad break from our sponsor. Don't have sponsor. You just probably should subscribe. I agree with that guy. So, another pretty devious action that conceived at this fun field trip, was... This one's not that... it kind of is funny, but, I'm just gonna explain it. There's this kid, we're gonna name him Ooze. Ooze was running around, and he, tripped, and his leg, was really hurting. So then he said, I think I broke my leg. So everyone was like, oh no, he broke his leg. And then, he didn't actually break his leg. He sprained his ankle. But then we were like, bro, it doesn't hurt that bad. I've sprained my ankle before, and it hurts a lot, and it's hard to put pressure on it, but screaming, mommy, please take me home in the middle of a mountain trip while they're bringing first aid kits to you. Don't really do that. I would just say sit on your bed and wait a couple of days and just don't do anything for the next day. But no, when we said it's not that bad, he was screaming, crying, and punching. And, yeah, it's kind of weird. And he was, scraping his leg to seem like there was blood, which doesn't make sense. If there's blood coming out of your ankle and you said you sprained it, that doesn't make any sense. Another thing that happened in the cabin was this kid named Mullet Man. That's what MM stand for, Mullet Man. But then he flipped and cut his hair, so no one knew why I called him Mullet Man, because he used to have a mullet, but now he doesn't. So Mullet Man... and so everyone was playing Mafia, the pretty fun game, except everyone was ruining it. So, I did ruining it. So I decided to do something else. I decided to create a courtroom, full Capcom style, if you know what I mean. Basically, in this courtroom, we were trying to make it as civilized as possible, but then there were these kids that were constantly punching and hitting each other, trying to make sues and lawsuits when we were not even done with the first one. I had to make up some bullshit lie that it cost money to tell a lawyer that you want a lawsuit because it was too many, and it probably actually does, and you do have to pay for a lawyer and stuff, but I don't know, I just wanted to do at least one at a time, but these kids really wanted some attention grabber. They had that YouTube Shorts mindset, legit Logo the Pogo reference, if you know what I mean. I'm breathing a lot because I have not stopped talking in a long time. So now I'm fine. But sorry if I'm talking too much or too fast. My bad. But basically, after this, everyone was mad. But the girls' cabin, which was a different cabin, was trying to... No shit, it was a fucking different cabin. I'm a fucking retarded ass bitch. Sorry. Basically, it was a different cabin. And we weren't sleeping with the women because there will be specific men, den, that want to suck on a girl's pussy. If I did say Den's real name, then just comment, and I don't care. I'll just laugh it off. Because what is Den gonna do? Sue me? And then I proceed to get sued. Alright, but basically, after this story, all about how my life got flipped upside down, I need help. Alright, basically, there's a couple other situations, oh yeah! Oh, I forgot about this. So, remember Laxative? He ran around in his underwear in the halls, sprinting. But back to the girls' cabin. Finally remembered because my YouTube Shorts brain couldn't handle it. Basically, in the girls' cabin, they were one of the EA's, educational assistant or whatever, were filming us and and sent it to the girls' cabin, and then the girls were copying us. So the girls had a wedding, and the EAs made us do a wedding, and it was horrible, and I hated it. And BM loves this girl who's named E. He loves her so much, and alright, we're not gonna go that deep, but basically he loves her, so he played her. And it was pretty horrid, and I hated every second of it because I just wanted to go play Uno. Then, there's a couple other stories like Koopa, the Stupa Poopa Troopa being more stupa than ever, and a couple other things, but this video is pretty fucking damn long, and this is probably going to take me a long time, because remember that clip I said that it was like a couple days ago, but now it's the day after, so whenever this video comes out, I have no idea what I'm saying. I need help, but this video is probably going to take a long time, so I'm going to go back to editing. I already told you when I'm starting this video, and now it's the day after. That's why I didn't continue at 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful sentence. Guys, 1 o'clock in the morning. And this video was pretty cool. I have more stories, but I'll probably save that for weird kids. But basically, my two most massive, you heard me, videos are going to come out soon. One is about video game boss battles. I'm stealing that from that one YouTuber, but I'm going to do it better because I'm Hidden Finale and I'm a goofy-ass guy in a top hat. Another thing, I'm going to start streaming again, even more about Schedule 1 because the game's pretty fun. And my most biggest video is me retelling the entirety of the story of Super Bahim. Yes, Super Bahim was a thing I made with Logo and guess what? Bahim. And Super Bahim was a comic series. I still have some of the comics, but I'm gonna explain the entirety of the Super Bahim lore in one video. That video is probably gonna take me a while, so if I don't post for a month or two, sorry, I'll try to keep posting shorts, but thank you for watching all the way to the end, and if you're not, please subscribe. I really don't do this enough. This was a long-ass video, so thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you don't, you should probably subscribe or like or comment. Fucking die. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, I just died. So, goodbye, people. Hello, people. Right now, it's I think April 26th or something. Or, I don't know. It's about 2 in the morning. Just finished doing it. This low-key should not have taken me this long to create it. I was low-key just lazy because of school and swimming and stuff. And now you probably won't see me again for a while. If you actually stay to the end, good boy. I'm going to bed right now because once again it's 2 in the morning. Yeah, so this video should not have taken me that long. Hopefully I'll step it up in the content because I low-key just rushed this. Yeah. Goodbye, people.